Welcome. Oh, Ian's here already. Yay. Okay. Ian, our guest artist, watercolor painter extraordinaire. I didn't say expert.
It's okay. We'll let you off on that one.
There's too many E words that you don't want to be used.
That's it. Ewok's another one I don't want using either. Ewok.
Oh, let me see. Okay, so was that Paris?
No, not quite. Not quite. You're in right region.
It's in France?
It is. Let's see if you can. Oh,
Oh,
no. Oh, no. That's something else I'm doing. This is not in France. Sorry.
Oh, we have people.
I've got that many projects that I'll show you what I'm doing that's in France.
Hi, grayscale painting.
Sneak
and Marcy.
I'm doing that's in France. This painting that I'm doing here is in France, and it's in Marseille, France.
All right. Okay.
The south of France.
Oh yes, I know. I lived in France for 1.5 years. I lived in southern France.
So this is Marseille.
Yes, I've been
on the coast, on the Mediterranean coast.
Yes, I was in Montpellier for 1.5 years on the Mediterranean coast.
Right, is that south of? Oh no, because it's
so
is it between Monte Carlo? That
very south.
It's very south.
Montpellier.
Right, so it's even more. Right, it's on borders of. It's because it's on borders of Spain, then, isn't it?
No, it's central. It's south central.
Right. All right. Anyway, it's on that French, what they call French Riviera, is it?
Oh yeah, I was there too. I visited some of the towns. I visited Granada. Is that one?
Oh yeah, Granada.
Granada and a place where they make a lot of perfume. I forget what the name of that place is.
Aldi's.
And
I've just got to get myself.
Where all those rich people go. That's like it's a province within itself.
Monaco.
Oh, Monaco. Yeah, I visited that.
Yeah. Oh, very nice. Oh, you're a well-traveled person, then, aren't you?
Well, in Southern Europe, not Northern Europe.
No, you've not been to Barnsley. You've not really felt the full force of European culture until you've been to Barnsley.
Where's that? In England? I mean,
yeah, it is. Yeah. It's where I come from.
Oh yes,
slightly biased. Barnsley is the centre of the universe.
Oh.
We have the only field full of what we call Barnsley unicorns. What they are, the unicorns, but they've not got no horns.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to interrupt. Sorry. They have unicorns? No,
we have genuine unicorns. The only thing is they're different to unicorns because they don't have any horns. So, I know.
Welcome to people in the chat. Team Build with Geo. I was just at a live stream before this, and many of them might be coming over. So, hi, team.
All right.
Hi, Geo.
I'm gonna get myself set up. I'm set up camera-wise. I'm just not set up with the other bits and bobs. So hold the fort.
And Grayscale Painting is here. And
hi, Grayscale.
And the other, I can read the chat for now, but
well, I'm just gonna go and do it because I find I can interact with people if I can read what they're saying as well. So.
And Married Life Vlogs. Married Life Vlogs came over from Flower Glamorous live stream. Welcome. Thank you for coming over.
Right. Have you gone live? You've gone live. We'll be making a start in a short while, guys. I'm just getting myself set up. And where are you?
And grayscale painting, have you been to France? You say it's a beautiful place.
No.
Oh, okay, Ian has not, and I was asking grayscale painting if he has, and you have not?
No.
Oh, you've been doing these from photographs then, okay.
They are from photographs, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
I want to bring up the chat on my iPad. Well, there's not that many people in the chat yet.
Right, so what I need to do is
we're getting set up.
Into chat.
I'm sorry, I'm getting set up with the iPad so I can read the chat.
And Ian's
set up with getting his paints together, I think.
Well, it's not my paints. It's me just getting all my images up that I need.
Okay, and you are painting a scene in France. You're painting a scene in France.
No, I'm not sure. I think this might be in Germany actually.
Ah, okay.
I might be right. I might be wrong. I can't remember where it is, but it does look like a German castle that I'm doing here. Right, I'm nearly ready.
Up on the hill reminded me of that place in Paris that's up on the hill, which I never visited. That was one place in Paris I didn't visit.
All right, sure.
Okay, everybody, I'm trying to bring up the chat. We're setting up just for the next couple minutes.
Nearly there, guys. Right, I think, therefore I am. Famous.
Oh, good. Well, as soon as you tell me you're ready, then I'm going to put you on the big screen.
I am ready.
Oh, okay. I'm going to put him on the big screen. And
can we see it nice and clear, everybody?
You're seeing it.
Right, let's just basically do an overview of what it is.
You're seeing it about as good as you can see it. I think you can see it pretty good.
No, I can't see what quality's coming through YouTube, but that's as good as I can get it, unfortunately.
I think it's good. I think it's good. I mean, if you had more light, it would be a tad better, but I think it's really good. Hi, Purple.
Well, I've tried it. When you introduce more light to things, it just creates more problems.
Okay, then that's really good. Terrell's artwork channel. Welcome.
I just need to make an adjustment to my camera to stop it from going wait, because I hate that.
No, Gracie, you sat next to U2's Bono at a French cafe. Oh, I love it. I love the rock band U2. Oh my goodness.
What did he have to say for himself?
Well, he was in a French cafe and she sat next to him by accident. Well.
Oh.
And he signed her picture. Oh, that's cool, Gracie.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's more people in here. Time with D. Right. Time with D. Thanks for coming over. You were at Power. Thank you, people. Thank you. Hi, Flower.
Autofocus off. Oh, but that's made it go funny now. Oh, let's just have a look.
Time with D. Hello.
Oh no! Oh no! I wanted it off. Oh, there we go. That's off. Let me just do a colour test. It's that annoying white balance that gets me.
Let's see.
Or is that to do with focus?
That looks good when it's a little bit brighter. Oh no, not that yellow.
Problem is I've got to balance it up.
It keeps going back to what it was, which is not that big of a difference. I think that's good.
I mean, guys, is that color-wise?
Oh, yeah, that's very good. No, that shows up very good. So if it's just the same as last time, that's very good.
Yeah, well, we'll keep it at that. So, right then, guys. So,
Flower, thank you, Flower Glamours. Thank you for sharing it out. Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs up.
I'll just click that off. Today, we're going to do a landscape, but most of the things are in the distance, but there are bits of detailing. But what I want to do is I want to try and like get everything to like mush together.
But it's kind of like a cityscape, isn't it? Or like a village?
Well, I assume it's a small town on the coast somewhere. I think it's in Germany because this castle here looks like a German castle.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm assuming that that's the case. And it's like this one, because I've been doing quite a few images that are autumn-like. This was one I found out off of Pixabay, which is our favourite tool, isn't it?
Yes.
And
for all those of you that need copyright-free images and photos, especially if you're artists, Pixabay.com is really a great place to get copyright-free images that you can even use for commercial use with no attribution required.
I can paint this all day without any thought of anybody suing me, which is nice.
Yeah.
So the light is coming from that direction. It's coming in from that direction.
Oh, it's coming from which direction there?
It's coming from the left-hand side and above. The strongest light is there.
Okay. Gracie has two questions. She goes, "How are you, Mr. Jackson?" And she also says, "What paper are you using?"
That's a very good question. One, I'm super duper. I'm great, and I'm happy to be painting today because it's been an hectic, busy week where I've got hardly any painting done.
Oh, really?
It's been video editing most of this week. And you know how turgid that is. Turgid. It's turgid. So that's me. That's me word for the day. No, it isn't. It's an ancient word. Turgid. It kind of like.
Does it mean hectic?
Oh, it's like hard work. Turgid and difficult to have to do.
Oh, that's what my husband's going through right now. We had a big leak in our basement because we have a 200-year-old house, and the steps that go down to the basement are enclosed, and you can't get back under those steps. So he's always wondered about what's going on behind the steps back there. And all of a sudden we had heavy rains the other day, and all of a sudden this leaking happens, and we never have water in our basement. And there was a big giant puddle, and it was coming from underneath. He had to pull out all the steps and part of the wall had deteriorated.
Oh,
so we had
that's not good. So it sounds like you're gonna have to what they call it.
No, the rest of the basement he'd already done it. Because he had access to that several years ago. So the rest of the basement he'd already reinforced with the proper kind of cement you're supposed to use. And it was just that section he never could get to because it was underneath the steps, access to it.
If it's in a basement, what you do is you create what's called a sacrificial wall, and you make it. You put like what do you call it?
There's no. It's no.
Not creosote. It's like a rubber outer seal all the way around it on a wall.
The steps
and that stops the water from getting through.
Anyway, I think he solved the problem. He knows he's pretty handy. He's very handy, and a lot of times he knows what he's doing. So
yeah, it's a good job some people do.
Well, a lot of grunt work. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it is. It's grunt work. Who wants to be doing that? So what I'm doing is basically getting in some like blue values in first, and this will be like I'm going to try and cover as much of the as much of it with this as I possibly can, and I'm looking for areas that are dark in tone, really. Because remember, light's coming from that direction, so anything that's facing the opposite direction will have a light. It will be strongly lit, whereas other side will be less strongly lit. So we've got to try and start by getting things like that in first.
Time with D says it's wow, it's beautiful already.
Oh well, we'll have to wait and see. There's plenty of time for me to make a mess of it.
I've never seen you make a mess.
Oh, believe me, last few paintings I've done, I've made 8 pigs here. So it's when you go into an experimental mode with your painting, when you're not
that's
doing,
like me all the time.
When you're not actually fully aware of the particular technique that you're using, and you're trying to work out new techniques.
Right.
Sometimes you will go through periods with your painting where it just doesn't quite work, and that's only natural. That unfortunately is because you're growing and you're learning, and you shouldn't be upset about that, because it's a good thing.
That's what if I'm ever painting live again, that's what I'm going to tell people.
Yeah, it's important that you go through these particular painting processes, these new things that you're learning, and it gives you a new set of skills, but you've got to like refine them.
Well, that's the thing. Like if you were just to stick to landscapes, well, then you really refine your skills on landscapes. But then there's all different kinds of landscapes. So,
oh yeah, I mean, this is a different type of landscape. So, for example, what we did last week, that's a much more close-up narrative type piece of work.
That requires different skills than what you need. What kind of like what you need today.
Now, this image is more to do with the global image. It's all to do with it all flowing with one another, because there's no one particular wow thing. That fair enough is a bit of a motif, the castle on the hill, but I'm not going to overburden the picture by making that really intricate. It's got to be balanced with the rest of the buildings and all these other things that are going to be in it. And the key for this image is making it nice and flowy. So that's what we're going to try and learn today.
What time of day will it be? Afternoon, morning?
I don't know. It's fairly low. It's fairly low there. So it might be. So the way you figure out what this is, right? The trees are all going a bit orangey and browny, so it's autumn. The light is fairly low, so it could be anything from like 1 o'clock through to 3 or 4, depending where you are on planet. And there's some strong shadows coming off of that, although you can't see it that much. But you will later on. But that tells me that it's mid to late afternoon. It's the sun is still strong, but it's getting fairly low in the sky.
Is it autumn? Is it autumn?
Yeah, it is autumn. In the photo, I mean, you can make it what you want. If I painted all this background here all very vibrant green, it would make it summertime. If I painted it all blobs of pink, it might make it look like spring. You know, because all blossom on trees. When I put oranges and browns and yellows in it, that's an indicator for autumn. And
right there on the right where I see where you put blue, that's kind of like, that's just an underpainting, because it's in the middle, the sky wouldn't really be right there in the middle.
It will be. I mean, sky surrounds us all the time. Just because, you know, when we look at the sky and it's blue, well, it isn't. It's all around us. It's the air that we breathe.
Oh, okay.
So, it is a good practice to bring your sky right down as far as you can.
The boss life online says nice colors already. Oh, boss life online, wait till you see that. This is just the start. He's going to really bring in the colors soon. One mighty lover, welcome. Artsy Fartsy lovers, welcome. She says she Artsy Fartsy lover says she that's Nicole. No, that's Stacy Nicole, and she says she loves this.
It's a nice scene, isn't it? And as well, I think this is early-ish autumn because there's browns in it, but there's also still hints of green in it. So I'm going to put underpainting of little bits of green. Now, this is an interesting area around here because that area there is catching the light, but this area is facing the opposite way. So it's not doing that. It's doing that. Can you see it on my hand how it's creating a shadow on it? So that's exactly what's happening here, and that's what I'm going to do with that now. So what I can do with that is get some either yellow ochre or sienna or something like that.
And oh yeah, thanks Gracie. Thank you everybody for giving thumbs up. Gracie's reminding people to give thumbs up.
All right, thank you very much. And with a very, very wet application of paint, I'm going to start getting some tone into that side there. Now, if I then get some blue, not very, very strong, that will start toning it. See how that's too much. It's okay, we can right. That should, like, you've got to be ever so careful with blue because it's very dominant. But what that's done
blue is dominant.
Blue is a very dominant colour, yeah, especially against yellow. So what that's done there, it's created like a dull neutral. I'm going to leave that like that, and then I'm going to drag some nice strong browny reds into it. But where are we going to put that? Yeah.
What's that, a gray you put back there?
No, all I've done is I got some yellow ochre, and I've put that on it in a very wet solution, and then I've blobbed a little bit of ultramarine blue in it, and what that does is it neutralizes. So I've got some yellowy brown here now, and I'm gonna let that area go like that, and just let it flow into it a bit.
Do you almost use the same paintbrush for the whole painting?
I might, and it's only because I can't be bothered. I mean, these brushes that I'm using here, I could literally use that for every bit of the painting if I wanted to.
Yeah, but there's different theories about that. Where
well,
different brushes, not really good to use the same brush the whole time.
Well, it depends on whether you're used to using the brush or not.
Yeah.
If you're a person who's not practiced with a particular brush, then yeah, fair enough, use different brushes to gain certain techniques. But I can get vast majority of what I do out of this one brush because I know how to use it.
It's pointy. It's pointy and it holds a lot of water.
Yeah, it's called a French. I don't know why they call it a French pointed mop.
Oh, the pointed mop brush.
A pointed mop brush, yeah. And this one, it's made by Jackson's in the UK, and it's a quill.
Jackson, same as your last name, Jackson?
Same as my last name, yes.
Wow.
No association whatsoever. Right. Let's see if I can bring that in there and neutralize that still. I've got a little bit too much water in there, so I'm gonna. I tell you what, I haven't got myself some proper tissue.
Oh, Junking Data Girl. I haven't seen you, Marisha. Remember Marisha?
Hey, Marisha, you all right?
Nice to
bump into you.
Yeah, nice to see
you. How you doing?
Long.
It won't let you watch. I'll be back.
What's wrong?
It says no. Marisha's just said in the comments that she's having problems with a connection, so she'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Right. And what I'm playing with is getting neutrals in amongst vibrant colours.
Yes, I heard that from Dina. Mixing up having neutrals be in between. Have a balance of neutrals and vibrant colors.
Yeah, because what the neutrals will do, it'll give it a basis for the vibrant colours to come out and be interesting.
Right.
If you put loads of very vibrant colours all together,
it's too confusing.
Stand out at all. Yeah, it is. It'll confuse the image. So, and notice what I'm doing here.
But white. Let me ask you, white is a neutral also. Isn't white? White is a neutral, right?
In certain aspects, probably, yeah. I mean, it's all relative. Neutral is all relative, dependent on the colour next to it. Isn't it? White neutralizes black. I think that's the only colour it neutralizes. But then again, the only colour that can neutralize black is white. So you try neutralizing black with any colour other than white, and you'll find it won't go grey. It might go a funny off colour, but it won't go grey.
I mean, I have some paintings where there's vibrant colors, and then there's white throughout the composition. So I say, well, the white is acting as a neutral.
So that for me is done for the time being. We'll come over and do other things later, but I've got to leave that for a while. So I'm going to go, and what I'm doing is I'm working from the back to the front from here on. Once I've got that initial wash over it, my next level is to work from back to front. But I have missed a piece out that we need to get sorted out, and this area here, it's a mountain, so I'm going to do it fairly crisp there.
Marisha's back. I guess her connection came back.
Yeah, we're saying, Marisha, it's nice to see you. What are you up to creatively at the moment?
YouTube what?
No, what's Marisha up to creatively at the moment?
Yeah. What are you up to creatively? Last time I heard you had a part-time job. Marisha, you had a part-time job at Michael's, and you were teaching some workshops.
All right. Oh, that's nice. I thought about doing that, but it's...
Do you have Michael's over there?
No, we've got things similar.
Yeah.
We have something called hobbycraft.
Oh, okay.
But thing is, I'm an artist, but no, I'm not really up on all the latest craft things.
Right.
So, in theory, I'm probably not the best person to be talking to you about craft.
Okay, bye, artsy party lovers.
Bye-bye. How many have we got watching?
12.
12.
That's pretty good for me, for my channel.
Right, so I'm getting some turquoise, if I can get the right turquoise here. And no, it's too similar.
Oh, here it says, Grayscale Painting saying, Ian has a point. White will tone black down into a gray, and gray will neutralize everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I see what you mean. It to some extent it is a neutralizer. I suppose everything in the spectrum of color will neutralize something, right?
I thought white, black, and gray are neutrals.
The neutral in the sense that they're not a specific hue color, but apart from that, they're not. You don't colors. What you want to do with neutrals is like tone colors down, right? So basically, what you use is other colors. Right. Once I've done this, I'll explain a bit. Colors do one of two things, right? They either dominate, one color dominates another, or if they're both of the same strength, they neutralize each other. And that's the two things that colors do to each other. There's only those two things. One either dominates the other, or it's another color neutralizes another one. Neither wins, as it were. So what happens is they go to some sort of default gray. So we've got a mountain quite off in the distance, and what you'll find with mountains off in the distance is they have a very strong dark section.
Hi, Tiffany's Fine Art. Tiffany's Fine Art. Welcome.
Hello, Tiffany. And then it fades off.
Oh, Gracie, you are using yellow ochre, right?
Not at this moment, but I am using it in certain areas. It will be used, yeah.
Well, how about the yellow that already is in there? Is that yellow ochre?
Yeah, that's yellow ochre, and that is. Or it's a mix of yellow ochre and some lighter, more vibrant yellows. Because yellow ochre can, if you're not careful, can very quickly make your image muddy, and I don't want it to go muddy at this moment in time. I don't want. Well, sometimes you want.
I had learned, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I had learned from Grayscale Painting that if you mix, you don't want to mix yellow and blue because that's going to make green. But if you mix yellow ochre and blue, it won't make. It won't necessarily. It has some brown in it, so it's not going to necessarily. It's not going to make it green.
No, it'll go more. I would imagine it to go more towards like an olive green. Something like that. Which won't be a bad thing in this painting, because that olive green will. I'll be putting browns in, and that olive green will complement that nice. So we'll just have to see. We'll see how it goes. And I'm just carving out areas that I think is going to be interesting with regards to tonal values.
Marita has something to say. She says when she lightens, oh gosh, and black, white lightens and black darkens, right? And use opposite colors on the color wheel will neutralize.
Yeah.
Like if something to get.
That's right.
A green and it will tone the, yes. Yeah, that's right.
But what we're saying here is some colours are more dominant than others. So it will have a bias, right? So if I put one yellow in to a blue, for example, that another yellow, if I put that into that same blue, you will get a different type of yellow, a different type of green because of the dominance thing. Because one can stand up a little bit more to the dominant colour than the other one can.
Right. Oh, so, that's what you're trying to make green, because opposite of yellow is purple.
It is, yeah, kind of. Sometimes it is. It depends how you.
It officially is. It's on the color wheel.
Well, it depends on how big a color wheel you've got, doesn't it? You could fragment things down into a million different colors.
Red, purple. No, yes, that takes into account yellow, orange, yellow, yellow, green.
Yeah,
and that
but just take into account,
red,
right?
Violet, and blue violet.
The only actual real colors that exist in reality that you can't mix, that you can't mix by any other combination, are the three primary colors: yellow, red, blue, whatever they are in your paint, right? All other colors are secondary colors that you can mix. So if you look at a color wheel as a pie, it's only split up into three pieces. So it could either, so for example, like yellow, at the opposite side of it, it can be biased towards a blue or it can be biased towards a red.
Hi, Pickerick. Welcome.
So it's how much what do they call it, resolution you have within your color wheel. Do you understand what I'm saying in that sense?
No, you're making it more confusing.
No, resolution, right, is how detailed something is, basically. How sharply focused and detailed things are. In the sense, look, I could have several hundred yellows in the section of yellow, all split off within color that my eye is capable of seeing and going, yeah.
Right. But basically, generally speaking, all shades of purple are going to be opposite of all shades of yellow.
In general, yeah.
Oh, Gracie says, beautiful painting, Ian.
I like using this because that point on it gives you really nice background tree stuff.
Okay, bye, Gracie. Good night.
Are you getting off to bed, Gracie?
Yes, she is.
Aye. Oh, she's not been well recently. Let's see if I can dull that down a bit. You have to tell me if it goes out of picture. Only thing I find with yellows and stuff like that is you just got to be really careful because it's really opaque yellow. Right, so I've got most of the strong yellows, strong light colours in there because it's coming in from that angle. What I want to do now is counteract it by putting some strong but neutralised greys in it. So let's have a look then. I'll use magenta and I'll put it against a yellow. Let's see what kind of colour we get. Do you concur that magenta is a purpley colour?
No, I was saying magenta is more of a pinkish color.
No, I haven't really got any purples because I don't tend to use purples because
I know I don't call magenta a purple color. I call it more of a reddish pink.
Well, well, what's purple? It's a big risk. I'm just trying to find something that will do a purple. I don't use purples because unfortunately there aren't very many very good light fast purples. So it looks like I'm going to have to.
She said, Ian, I bought some not NOT paper.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to try sketching in gouache and watercolor. Thank you for the help.
Oh, Tiffany. Before you do anything on the paper, draw it out first, and then trace it onto. Don't do drawing onto your thing, because it's very delicate watercolor paper. So what I do, right, is I get a normal piece of paper and I sketch out and then I can correct whatever I want on this drawing, and then once I've got it how I want it, I just put some. Oh, that's going weird. Oh, that's weird.
Yes, Pickerick, that is a castle at the top. He's painting some scenery and scene in scene in Europe. He's not sure which country, but that is a castle on the top of the hill.
I believe it's a castle. Yeah, yeah. You see that? The camera's not picking it up very well, but what I've done is I've put some graphite on back of it, and then I just draw it onto my thing. And then you're not getting unwanted amounts of pencil marks on your paper.
And that's transfer paper.
Well, you can use just why go out and buy transfer paper when you can just flip it over and just put some graphite on back of it.
No, sorry, I already bought it anyway, so I might as well use it.
Well, there you go. So okay then, let's bit of a risk this because it's not right. The colour I'm mixing up here is a little bit like what do they call it? Caput mortem.
Is what?
Caput mortem.
Oh, I never heard of that.
It's a very purpley brown.
Oh, okay.
It's made from it's one at PR 102's red iron oxide, and that's the same in every paint. That. So what I'm going to do, because I want me shadowy areas all to key in together. I'm going to start with areas where I know that it's going to be shadowy. Up here, for example. I'm going to be careful here. I think I might when I do that. I'm going to get a smaller brush. In fact, that's what I've got here to do the detaily bits. And you get little added sound bites with us now. We're getting very professional, aren't we? So I'll just just dabbing. I know I've just put my hand in something wet. So let's take my hand away. Get a good standard drying. So on this castle area, it's going to have a very
like a silhouette. That's going to be a silhouette, right?
It will, yeah. Almost everything in this picture will be like a silhouette because strong light is coming towards it. So, and as we get more into the light, even though it's a semi-dark thing, it's gonna. Let's see if I can put a little bit. And put some there, like that. And then tease it out. This is not the best brush to use. See, I can use more than one brush.
Yeah.
There you go. And some of that's going to come down out of it because it's craggy, this hill. Because castles are best built on craggy bits, aren't they? So that, right, is going to have a big shadow coming off it. I'm going to bring it down like that. And that's going to come all the way down to this building here. And you might get the odd bit of, there's another bit, I think that's a castle entrance there. It's difficult to see on the actual image, but there are other ancillary buildings just off it. And I'm trying to be
oh, hi, Christy. Artsy Fartsy Lovers is back.
Oh, very good.
Oh, she's making the.
Oh, is it
making the cheesiest macaroni. Oh wow, I love macaroni.
Tea time for the monkeys?
What, for Chrissy?
No. Oh, is Chrissy doing it?
What do you mean? Tea time for the monkeys for who?
It's just something we say. If you're making tea or something like that, it's tea time for the monkeys. Don't worry about it. Oh, I hate detail.
Oh, Chrissy just finished streaming. I thought she's.
I didn't get no notification whatsoever. I'm really annoyed about it.
What her regular schedule is Mondays and Thursdays, but then she does impromptus all the other times in the week.
I thought she was going to come on Saturday and do an impromptu, but no, she sneaked in. So
you're mad you missed it?
Well, unfortunately, I mean, I have this to get prepared on a Friday. That takes up most of my day. So
most of your day? Oh wow!
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I know what you mean. I know.
I mean, I've got to get the drawing all set up and everything. So before I start overworking that, I'm going to leave it. But it has given me an idea of what kind of level of darkness I need for rest at painting. So we're gonna continue on with that kaput mortar kind of colour.
And you made the sky so light.
Well, that's because it's quite hazy, isn't it? If you think about it, I might strengthen that bit there, but when you have an hazy sky, everything goes all a bit silhouette-y. And that's what I'm trying to get over to you, a silhouetted kind of painting.
Mm-hmm.
So when are we going to see one of your paintings anyway?
Who, me?
Yeah. I mean,
I've been showing my Etsy shop. I've been showing my Etsy shop all my finished paintings. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. A live stream art.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A live.
I know. I haven't done one in a while. I know.
Need to see some of your creative art.
I don't know. I don't know when I'm doing one again. Maybe next week. I'm not sure.
So what creative information have you picked up this week?
Information?
Yeah. Well, do I assume that you've been on any YouTube channels and anything? Any new revelations?
Oh, I have a new hobby. I have a new hobby besides art, because art becomes like not a hobby anymore. It's like work.
Well, it can do.
Anyway, I have something. I needed a hobby, like kind of like maybe related to art, but unrelated to art, related to art, but yet. So I've gotten into planners, and I mean the decorative kind of
decorative planners.
Planners. They go all out, like decorating their planners.
Oh well, that's what Danina does.
She does decorative planners.
Well, they decorate everything. You leave it pinned down for more than 10 seconds and they'll decorate it.
Oh, so this week I started a second Instagram account just to be in the planner community.
All right.
So I can show on my Instagram all just my planner stuff. It's just a new hobby, and I got lots of stickers. I can use stickers, and if I don't want to draw something, I can use stickers. But most of the times they do use stickers. But some people, if they're more artsy, they do draw out the stuff. Well, of course, that takes longer. Or you can do splashes of paint, and that's something. But right now, I did two Halloween type spreads, and then for next week it's not going to be Halloween. It's going to be unrelated, because last week this week I did a Halloween type theme, and then for next week I'm going to just make it all. It's just like a pastel color theme, and then the week after that is Halloween, so Halloween week. So that's again.
I mean, to be frank, I'm so over Halloween now. I'm just honestly, I'm on about.
Why? What do you? What? Well, how does it affect you?
It's one day, right, in the year, and yet it's been a month for people going, oh, let's do an Halloween this, let's do an Halloween that, let's do it. You think,
I know, well, you can pick and choose. It's up to you to pick and choose.
I know, but everybody's doing it. It's like
they can do it. I don't. Like for me, the only thing for Halloween that I've done was these two Halloween theme planner spreads, and then
I mean, each to his own, and that.
I mean, Halloween hardly. But we don't do anything. We don't go to any Halloween party. We're not going to any Halloween party.
I'm not complaining about the celebration. It's just that people like overhype it.
I just celebrated a little bit. I know. I just celebrated a little bit. Some people really love it. Many people, it's their favorite holiday of the whole year. So they go all out.
I get it. I get it from some people. I mean, there's a guy who I watch, right, and he makes monster masks and things like that, and he's a highly talented guy. Really, I mean, honestly, what he can't make, it works within the the movie industry, making like special effects masks for people, and I mean, dearie me, he's got massive talent, and really interesting. But if I see another cut out bat that looks like it's, I mean, it's going to even bigger extent, even more annoying. They're just buying them from dollar stores and sticking them on things and going, look at my art.
Wait, let's take out time in the chat. Oh, time with D. Just go to one, not on here, because I don't go to one of my recent videos, like my last one, or maybe just the past week or whatever, and you'll my Etsy, is it on my live stream's not. Nightbot post my Etsy shop button in the link. I mean, my link in the chat, but also what's her Time with D. Just go to my channel banner, and the button, my Etsy banner is right in my channel banner. My channel banner, bottom right corner. The channel banner. All my social media buttons are there. My Etsy button is right there in my channel banner.
Are we enjoying it, everybody?
And then, okay, we've got a bunch of other questions. So, Chrissy, he does not know what place in Europe this is. It's somewhere in Europe. He thinks maybe Germany, but he's not sure.
It might be Germany. I'm only going on that because that looks like one of those German castles.
We have some more questions. Let's take some questions from the chat.
Oh, very good.
Pickerick wants to know, why is the castle so dark?
Because it's in strong. When you get strong, almost direct behind light, anything that's in a reasonable distance will become dark. It will go into shadow, and it's a fairly big thing, that. So, and even the mountains, although they're not dark because of atmospheric perspective, that's doing exactly the same. The light is coming from behind it, therefore it's turning it into a silhouette. Now, the closer you get, the more color definition you get. Although I am going to get a lot of this and make that dark as well as we go along in the painting. I feel like I'm not getting a move on here. So, what time are we on?
Oh, hold on. Oh, Time with D says she started a vegetable garden. I guess she means, is that one of your hobbies or something? Because we're talking about hobbies. That's good. And
do something.
And Artsy Lover says that she's starting her planner already for next year. Oh my goodness, you're starting it really ahead of time. I had suggest to me only do 2 weeks ahead because our style might change, and the style evolves. Your style evolves over the weeks, and you might be, so you might already know your style, Stacy. So maybe that's why it's okay for you to plan that far ahead, like decorate that far ahead.
I mean, some organizations, they have to be 6 to 12 months ahead.
Oh, yeah, write down some important
fashion companies. Right. They have to be ahead of the trend.
Oh, yeah. Mine is 18-month planner. So if I have some very important dates, I'll write them in, but I'm not going to decorate. I'm not decorating that far ahead.
Yeah. No. It's, well, right. This is where it goes a little bit left field now. Time
with D celebrates harvest. Okay.
Harvest. It's strange you should say that, because I'm preparing a video that explains about what are the influences that help us to identify autumn, or the fall, as you call it.
Hold on. Chrissy has not understood our answer.
All right.
For the third time, she says, for the third time, she wants to know, where is this scene located?
Where is it located? As far as I understand,
right?
It could. I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was in Germany.
Because you got the picture off of Pixabay, right?
Yeah, I think in the description it said Germany.
Okay, he can't quite remember, so there's your answer.
It's critically important. I will look it up and I'll get back to you and let you know.
Yes, she had it in all caps. It's very important to her.
So, right.
Because I thought I'd answer her question the past 2 times, but I guess she didn't. Maybe there's some just misunderstanding, miscommunication.
Wow.
Oh, Stacy says it looks like Cinderella's castle.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of German Bavarian castles look like. You know that. Well, that's what Disney is based on?
Oh, in Germany, right?
Yeah, it's based on one of those German fortresses.
Oh, you wanted to know the time. The time check is 5:02.
Right. Do you know how organized I am today? Look at this. Look at that. The slop. The slop. That is not
Coffee.
good water. No. This is
Oh,
my
that means you have
paint
not
water.
changed out your water.
That's my paint water.
Ooh.
Look at me. Look at me. How organized am I? We are having to actually go out and get some fresh water. As if by magic, I've got some fresh water. There you go. I may have to go out after this and do another. It's very important if you want to stop. I'm not a person who does two things, one for cleaning, one for getting fresh water. I don't do that. I just use it until it gets mucky. But once it gets mucky, you need to move on to a new.
Right. You need to keep changing your water.
Yeah, you do. Really.
Oh yeah, you asked me what other art things I've been doing besides my hobby of planning, which does involve a little bit of art. Well, it does involve design. I have to work on my sense of design with that. But for Dina's challenge, I did that the other night, and I finished that video, and it's on private settings. It's posted, but it's on private. And I did digital art for that, and then I just did a digital art piece last night because I'm in Lifebook 2019 with Tamara Laporte. I'm in the year-long Lifebook thing, and I just did. The teacher did the lesson in acrylic, or mixed media and acrylic, but I decided it was late at night and I worked all night on it, and I decided I didn't want to haul out my paint, so I did it in digital, iPad digital.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's basically that's what have I been doing?
Just filling areas
like
in
that,
here.
And then I sold a couple pieces on
Etsy.
I've sold a couple paintings on Etsy, and when I package them, when I package them up. Actually, I've sold 4. I've sold 4 things in the month of October.
Now, you know how I package mine?
Oh, no, don't tell me, because I get mine from an Etsy expert. Right. I actually wrap it with white tissue paper and a ribbon, and I have my sticker of my logo on it, and I put inserts in it, like how to care for it, our story, thank you for supporting our handmade business. Oopsie, and then it tells them again what the return policy is, and it says oopsie, and it tells them again what the return policy is, and then a coupon, how they can apply for, how they can contact me to get a coupon. So those are inserts I put in, and all that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, how do you protect it from your mailing system?
Cardboard. No, it's on a stiff cardboard. Stiff cardboard, and not bend.
So you do the same as what I did.
A padded envelope and stiff card. No, I don't sandwich it in between 2 cardboards like that, but I have it in a cellophane sleeve in a stiff cardboard to keep it stiff, and with a padded envelope, and then I also put a lollipop in there too.
All right. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, and just to give it that extra stiffness.
It's wrapped with white tissue. They're not expecting it to be wrapped. It's wrapped with white tissue and a white ribbon with a lollipop with my sticker logo.
I don't. I mean, with anything I send, it's international, so weight matters. So I don't put the faffing about things in it. It's just the basic, because every gram it goes up. I can go from £9 to £15 within a couple of grams.
No, you don't need to do that. I know, because you're not.
So I won't do it for international. I mean, fair enough.
My Etsy shop is not international. I cut out international. The shipping is too crazy expensive.
Oh, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
So my Etsy shop is not international. It's only United States.
Right, for the time being, that's that middle distance how I want it. All right, so there's a load of buildings here all the way along this, like, I can imagine it's like a coastal river. a coastal road there next to the sea, and there's loads of different buildings.
Yeah,
Now you could go, oh no, I've got to paint every single individual building. I don't think
I got to
so.
check the chat.
I don't think so. So what I'm going to do is just randomly pick a building. That one there. Maybe that one there. Go another colour, totally different. Different one there. One there.
What? For the 25? Oh, Art, Stacy, what do you mean by for the 25?
What do you mean?
Okay. Oh, hi, Sherry. Welcome. So nice to see you in here. Hi.
As I get further away like that, it's going to be less and less defined.
Oh, okay, Stacy. See you later, Stacy. She has company. Stacy has this. Oh, what those colors you're putting in?
The foundation for various different buildings that have different colours.
Right, and then you're going to neutralize them down, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna key them together with a neutral. Now we're all do first is I'll do that, because there needs to be a tiny bit of reflection there from that colour, although that will be gone over that.
Oh, Sherry K says it's pretty.
It will be once it's done. I mean, it's in its semi-ugly stage at the moment, I think.
Right, those bright colors he just painted up front, they're not going to stay bright. He's going to neutralize them because those are buildings.
In saying that, some of these buildings are quite strong in colour, but just remember, this strong light is having an effect on what we are seeing, and that kind of like tones everything out. When you get strong light, you don't get very vibrant colour, because it kind of washes it out.
Well, I have a question. So like in acrylic or oil, you can tone your canvas, but you can't tone your paper in watercolor?
Oh, one, you can purchase watercolor paper that's toned.
Really?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
I never knew that.
And it don't take that much to tone your paper. All you have to do is put a flat wash over it.
Of what? Watercolor?
Of watercolor, yeah. If you want it to be a certain color, you just put a flat wash over it, leave it to dry, and then start painting.
You don't do that, do you?
You don't really need to.
Well, because aren't you saying the white is throwing the white is kind of throwing the colors off?
Not the white on the paper. I'm on about in reality when strong light hits things, it takes the vibrance of the color away. It makes it look a bit fuzzy and a bit hazy.
But now I have a question about, like, you can't buy toned watercolor paper because then you're never going to have your white. You're going to have to add in a white.
Yeah. So that's why you have things like, it's not that good, but you have Chinese white.
Yeah.
Or I know a lot of watercolorists sometimes use gouache, white gouache.
Right, gouache.
And that's a popular thing to use. So, right, so now I know that's dried a little bit, I'm just trying to get it to have a few nice, interesting, crazy colours in it.
Thanks everybody for the thumbs up.
And this is where you can be quite abstract. Don't try painting the absolute details of things. because you'll go crazy.
Oh, that's the other thing. I was another thing I was working on this week was putting my, applying online. I had to submit images with description of my images for a juried show in an art gallery.
Oh, you're going down that kind of line, are you?
Well, I have been in art galleries before. I've done all that before. I've done that before, and I had stopped doing it for a while. So I was just just to get away from just doing things only online. Oh yeah, I have done that. Before I ever was online, before I did anything online, I was doing stuff in art galleries, art centers, and stuff like that.
What I tend to do is coming towards the end of this month, I'll go into what I call my creative hibernation.
Yeah.
And that means I don't do as much online stuff. And it's just like me being like a creative squirrel, gathering my nuts ready for New Year.
Oh, but you never do anything like in
I don't
galleries? Like, don't they have calls for artists for juried shows and stuff?
Nah, waste of time as far as I'm concerned, really. I mean, they've got the cheek to actually say, "Oh, well, you need to pay a fee."
Oh yeah, well, there's different ways they do it. So I was going to apply to 2 different galleries, but actually I decided I was only going to apply to the one, because the one they want for 3 pieces, they charge $20. The other one you could put up to 10 pieces for free, and then whichever ones that they might pick, if they pick any, it will be a $10 hanging fee for each piece that they accepted.
They're having a laugh. I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day,
I don't know. That's why I decided to only go with the one gallery, because actually, after I applied to the one gallery, and because that's up to 10 pieces for free, and I just went ahead and did that. And then the other deadline was for today, and I'm like, last night I'm looking, and then I look at the gallery, and I'm like, I look at the kind of artwork they have in the gallery, and I'm like, oh my God, they're not going to like my stuff. Their stuff is all kinds of like snarky, kind of like dark, weird kind of stuff, like chains and leather and feathers hanging from the ceiling.
Well, that might be what the
weird kind of like that kind of snarky kind of art, and I don't do that kind. So, and plus it's a part in the part of the city that's further away to get to, and so I just felt like too tired to like. I just like, let me just go with this one. Just let me try for this one gallery for right now.
Yeah, why not? So we're getting a little bit of
how long does your creative hibernation last? 2 months or something? All of December?
No, till around about January time. And that helps me to like refresh. There's a real reason behind it, because you can have an extremely busy year creating art.
Right.
Sometimes you just don't want to. By the time I've got to January, I'm ready to start doing art again.
Wait a minute. When you take your hibernation in December?
Oh, I mean, it has been known for me to. I started in latter part of November.
Oh.
And go all the way through December, and I try my best to like not do anything. And I don't mean to say I don't do any art. It's just I don't do any art at the level that I normally do it. You know what I mean? It might be bits of doodling. I don't push myself. I don't go, oh, I've got this deadline to. No, I haven't got any deadlines.
That's a good idea.
I have not. In December, I have not got any deadlines other than me, my bed, and loads of rest.
That's good. That's a good idea.
And that's part of actually, you know, keeping yourself balanced and not having that thing come on you that a lot of people get, which is burnout. You burn out because you never stop. That's it. And when no wonder why you burn out, because you've gone beyond what you can physically capable of do. or mentally do. So.
Oh wow! A lot of people have left, and the chat slowed down.
Was it? Oh, I'm probably boring them to death.
Oh,
I'm gonna speed this up. In fact, I don't think I'm gonna finish this today because
really?
I don't want to. I'm enjoying doing this painting, but I don't want it to just be another painting that I'm just doing for the sake of doing it.
What do you mean? Like, what you want it to be a painting that what?
I want it to be a painting that I would be happy to hang up rather than a demonstration.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Right.
And
so you're gonna finish it off camera?
I probably may do. I mean, how long have we got? I don't want to bore people on your
I can't help it. What they? A lot of people. I don't know what entertains them. Goodness.
What you got to take into account is a lot of people these days don't have.
Friday. What? What are you saying?
Don't have very long levels of concentration.
All right. Attention spans.
Attention spans. They're like them kids who have to have tablets for ADHD or whatever they call it.
Well, we have there. It's 5:20. It's 40 minutes until usually when I stop.
Right. Well, I can get some of it done, but I don't think I'm going to get it all finished.
Okay, so, that's good.
I mean, I think I'm about halfway through up to now.
We have people listening. That's fine. We have people listening. They're just not in the chat. So as long, I don't mind people that are listening and that they're not in the chat. I mean, they don't have to participate in the chat.
We don't mind as lurkers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So obviously this hill here will have a little bit of a reflection, but not a massive one. And
but those buildings aren't you gonna make them like all gray?
Oh, no, I'm going to introduce grey to it, but I don't want to do it yet because it's still wet. But I don't want it to overbleed into it. I'm going to leave it a little bit. The trick of doing watercolors is knowing when to go back into your painting once you've applied it.
Oh, do you know that watercolor painter on YouTube where she I forget she lives like in Czechoslovakia or something like that. One of those countries like that, Eastern Europe, I mean. And she paints lots of flowers, but usually she never her thing is she never draws it ahead of time.
Yeah, well that's called direct painting. Mm-hmm. That's not something that's specific to watercolor. It's
she's all about letting the water and the paints flow.
There's two or three different ways of doing a painting, right? You can either go by mapping it out and going, right, this is the plan that I'm going to follow, or you can have a vision in your head but allow natural organic things to happen within the painting. Now if you know how to control those natural organic things, that's great, but it's not something that I would teach beginner watercolor artists.
She does teach people how to do that. But Grayscale Painting says he's lurking, he's still here, and he was laughing at ADHD. And then Time with D says she's still here. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks.
Over in the USA, do you call it ADHD or does it have a different name?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Right. Because I've heard other people in America call it something else.
Hyperactivity.
Hyperactivity.
Hyperactive. I mean.
Attention deficit.
No, they call it ADHD. That's it. That's what they call it.
Something like that. It's not nice. I've got a friend who had a young lad who were having tremendous amounts of problems in school because of that, but they were able to put some medication together for him so that he could cope with it.
Oh yeah, I've seen it because when I was a teacher, I could, and I would see the difference in kids. I would see a big difference in kids that did get the proper medication, and then the problem was that keep them regularly taking it. Because parents sometimes not get to the drugstore on a regular basis, and then the kids would be out of it for a few days, and then you'd see them like all of a sudden go off the rocker.
Yeah, well, that's it. If they're not taking the medication that they've been prescribed, then it ain't going to work, is it? So, you know, that's up to parents to make sure that the child understands that it's for their benefit. I mean, think at the end of the day, when they get older, it might be that their bodies alter and they don't actually need to take any more medication. I don't know how that works, but I don't know. It may be the case that
they never had that diagnosis when I was growing up.
Well, I mean, it were only when I started going to school that they started finding out about things like dyslexia, which is what happened. And that's on the autistic spectrum that ADHD is.
Oh,
so it's all part of that same kind of thing. Now, I'm getting super fiddly now.
Yes, and then Time with D says you can also use behavior therapy instead of medication.
Oh, yeah, right. Absolutely. There are. I mean, that depends on the child, though, doesn't it? And how
it depends on the child.
Along the autistic spectrum they are. Yeah, nobody wants to have to take medication for things like that, does they? But if they're massively disruptive and it's destroying their lives, then unfortunately, it's something that we have to contemplate, isn't it? But and therapy does take a long time to kick in. So, because I believe that young lad who I mentioned, they tried him with therapy, but then again, I mean, dearie me, the kids at the end of the day, when I were in English class at school, I found it so boring that I'd sooner like throw whatever I could at people rather than listen to lesson. Not everybody
threw things at people.
Get rubbers off. You know, oh, this is very, 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 very boring. You know, I mean, fair enough, we've got to learn, but if you're not engaged in what you're learning, your brain switches off. That's
right.
That's what's happening to your viewers. They're not engaged in my art. I'm only kidding, guys. Hey, let's start.
I don't know what to do. One thing that does engage them is you if I do challenge me what to paint.
Well, yeah, because
they challenge me what to paint, and that kind of engages them. And
right, everybody, this is your opportunity. The people in the chat box, right? I can't do it this week, but next time, you tell me how to paint the painting.
Yeah, are you open for that? A challenge you what to paint?
I don't mean. Well, we'll try. We'll try and we'll try and if somebody wants to suggest a picture that's painted,
you could keep it within certain guidelines. You could say, challenge me what to paint within a landscape, or challenge me what to paint within a mythological creature.
I'm not entering the painting into the World Watercolor Masterclass, competition 2019, am I? So it don't really matter what somebody come up with a picture that's within reasonable paintable parameters, and next week I'll let the audience tell me what to do rather than me tell the audience.
Right. Did you want to keep it within certain guidelines, like challenge me what to paint within a landscape, or challenge me what to paint within a mythological creature?
We'll see if audience participation holds people's attention.
Yeah.
And
you might have to do 2 paintings. Like, one painting, is it possible to do a quick painting that only takes an hour, and then the second hour would be the and then another hour-long painting?
Yeah, if it's kept simple, but what does that prove?
I don't know. No, okay, well then, I don't know. Challenge me what to paint for the 2 hour for the 2 hours, or I don't know.
Well, we'll work it out. But next week, right? What we'll do is whatever we end up painting, it's up to the people in the chat to tell me what to do and how to do it. And we'll see if I can interpret what you're saying.
Or maybe even go along. Like, first the subject gets chosen. I mean, you actually, when I've done challenge what to paint, people suggest all different ideas, and you choose the one you want. You choose the one you like.
Yeah, but we've done that. We've actually done that with paintings and put it up to a vote, haven't we? And then we've painted it.
Oh, not put it up to a vote. It's where you choose. That's a different way. That's a different way of doing it, putting it up to a vote.
No, what I'm saying is, I want people to direct me and say, why not have a go at doing this, and why not have a go at doing that?
Oh yeah, throughout the whole painting, you mean? Throughout the whole painting?
Yeah, because what we're wanting to do is audience participation.
Yes, I get what you mean. Yes, like that.
What exactly are you guys learning from me sitting here painting this? Will it go in more if you engaged in the painting and have something invested in the painting? Oh, I suggested making that bit of the building that colour. Someone else, oh, we wanted it to be purple, or we want those buildings to be whatever. You know what I mean? Different suggestions from different people, and we'll see whether we can come up with a cohesive painting at the end of it. We may not do, but it's an interesting experiment.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everybody. Oh, if they're still here, I don't know.
Well, I don't know, because I can't see my what they call.
People are watching. But Chrissy is still in the chat. Time with D has been here a while. Thank you. And Grayscale Painting, he lurks and then comes back, and then
So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get some of that.
Yeah, I don't know who the other lurkers are.
Lurkers.
I know.
We love our lurkers. Just think on, right? You know, if even in really large groups where they've got hundreds of people there might be 20 or 30 people who are regular commenters in the chat, but they might have a couple of hundred people there. So there's a lot of people watching who don't say anything, which is fine. I'm quite happy with that. You know what I mean? So it's not always about talking and chatting and what have you.
So are you at a stopping point?
No, I'm just making a start now.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna like gouge out various like you said earlier, I'm gonna put various bits of tonal value in it, and it's
Now
more
you're into a black or almost a very dark gray.
yeah, it is. It's like a Payne's grey. You notice for interest, right? I'm not using the same grey all the way through everything because that can really flatten out your painting. So try and use other greys that are influenced by other colours. Yeah, you know, shadows that are different values, and you can either have it biased to a brown or a red or a blue or a green. And if you do that, it keeps your painting interesting. And I'm being fairly flicky and abstract now. And don't be too stressed out about it, but a lot of this will fade back. And if it doesn't, I can always... Are you there? Hello?
Oh yeah, I was just reading the thing, and I was reading the chat, and it says that Grayscale Painting says you missed it, Chrissy. We had a color theory class in here.
Why did Chrissy have to go?
No. Oh no, she came. I mean, Grayscale Painting was in here before Chrissy. So he's telling her you missed it. We had color theory class in here earlier.
Chrissy don't need to learn from me. She knows colour theory as good as what. So, not that anybody else doesn't. I'm just saying she's. If you see her, I'm not particularly very good with acrylics, and Chrissy is.
I know. Chrissy suggested you do acrylic.
Well, ironically enough, I'm about to get my acrylic gouaches out to do some acrylic gouache painting. I'm not very good with acrylics.
Why? What do you find problematic with them?
It's the heavy-bodiedness of them. I'm so focused in on doing things in light, watery glazes these days.
I can see what you mean.
My brain don't switch on to painting like you do with acrylics.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
And it's difficult to switch back on once you've switched off it.
Okay. And you did an acrylic challenge like for the whole month of April. It was April, the acrylic painting challenge. You did it 30 days?
I did. I suggested that.
Oh wow.
Because nobody were doing it, were there? There were all sorts of other challenges like 39 faces and world watercolor and all that sort of stuff, but there weren't anything for acrylic. And
So you
Cinnamon decided
the art Sherpa. You the one that suggested that to her?
Yeah, I said, why don't you have a go at doing that?
And
she ended up doing it. Good for her. I mean, it's a big challenge to set something like that up.
Yeah.
So getting rid of some of these
Oh, hi, Crafting with Fury. Welcome. Nice to see you. Oh, let's see. We have Time with D says, I haven't painted in years since a stroke in 2004. I may try again. I really just appreciate watching. It will be really simple.
So that's good because it's art therapy as much as anything else, isn't it? You don't have to paint to appreciate art, do you?
Right, it can be art therapy.
How
are you, Crafting with Fury? And then Grayscale Painting says he loves his acrylic heavy bodied.
No, it's different with me with oils.
He says he likes his acrylics heavy bodied, but not as women.
Well, each to his own. No comment.
He said, and then he says he thinks he can have that made into a shirt for his merch. For his merch. Yeah, merch. Tony, for merch. You can have that made into a shirt and hats and mugs.
But would anybody want that on a shirt, really? I mean, does anybody really want that on a shirt, really? Fair.
Well, shirt, mainly it would be a shirt for men.
What, a shirt with that on a shirt?
I don't know, maybe on a mug.
Might not look nice on a porcelain plate. I'm going in a bit quiet, aren't I? I'm not explaining anything. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating areas.
You explained a lot of things. You're just talked out.
What I'm doing is I'm just grafting out dark areas now.
Oh, hi, Christopher Bako. Well, that's not Pete. That's Ian. He's Ian. The guest artist is Ian, Christopher. Oh, hi, JC.
Hey, JC. How long have we got?
Hold on.
Because I think I might go into top speed mode now.
20 minutes before 6 o'clock.
And when are you wanting to get off?
6 o'clock.
Right. Let's go into top speed mode. So you have to talk for me now. That's it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, Crafting with Fury.
My brain's fully engaged in
okay.
In doing this now. And because I'm a mere man, I can't multitask.
You're not a multitasker like women?
Yeah. See, I've got an excuse for everything.
Oh, Crafting with Fury says that your painting is beautiful.
What I want to do, I'm actually quite happy with where it is at the moment, right? Just see if I can get you to get the idea that that's like a bit of a. I mean, it may be at some point that I do a bit more work on it after we've done, but like all things, I'm just going around it now and seeing where I can blend, really, and that's what I'm going to do for the last, segment of this. Get it all a bit more flowy. Unless anybody else can suggest anything that might be done on it.
Yes, it's open. If anybody in the chat wants to suggest something, suggest something.
I do have a boat. I do have a boat that I've got to paint in, but I'm going to have to go into my little boat mode. But there we go. Don't know why I keep putting boats in. Somebody try stopping me. Stop me. Right, so the boat there.
Okay, yeah, JC, Yes, you should put it under glass or plexiglass. I'm writing that to you too. I'm also saying it. Yes, you should put the painting under glass or plexiglass. She bought one of my paintings.
Yeah. And you know what I said? You know what I said to you about that?
Well, you told me I know that's different. I'm not going to tell her that thing.
Right.
In a mat, and then it not touch the glass, because I don't know if that's important for alcohol in painting.
Well, you just got to be careful because it is a liquid-based situation. That so just.
Well, yeah, you might like JC. You might want to mat it, like put it on a mat first, so that when
like
you put it on glass or plexiglass, there's going to be a space between. There's going to be a space between the painting and the glass or plexiglass that gives it what is that? It gives it room to breathe.
Yeah, it keeps it away from the glass, which the glass under certain circumstances can get residual water gathering on it.
It can, yeah, and mine is a standard size, 8.5 by 11, and what you only have to get
moisture. And if it's a water-based painting,
it's not water-based; it's alcohol-based.
Yeah, but it could still affect it. I'd edge on the I mean, it's up to everybody in their own feeling on this, but I would still have a gap between the glass and the thing itself and the painting, just as a precaution, just in case moisture does affect it, because it could do. I'm not saying it absolutely will do.
Okay, she understands.
It depends. If you're in an area where there's literally no moisture whatsoever, might not ever happen. So it's got a little boat there. I'm not going to go too heavy on that. And while I've got this brush here and some paint like that, let's get some more details in. And that's what I'll probably do offline. Make these bits of the buildings, because there's a lot of
oh, I like what you did with it. Yeah,
a lot of detailing in there, but it's you've got to be careful not to be overdoing it.
So Time with D says everything looks beautiful. I'd like to see where he's going with it. So should she go to your Facebook? She should know your Facebook site.
Yeah, I mean, once I've completed it, it'll go up on my Facebook.
Oh, it's Ian, and you see right there, Ian Jackson at the bottom left corner. That's the same. But here's his. Can you type something in the chat? Because that's easier than for me to get your chat and get your link and put it in. And Ian's going to type something.
My Facebook. If you go to
YouTube, she could get your Facebook, because there might be a ton of Ian Jacksons.
At the top of my Facebook, in the the thing that's at the top.
Channel banner.
The channel banner. It has my Facebook on that.
Facebook button at the top of his channel banner on his YouTube channel. He's gonna type in the chat. Go to his YouTube channel, and then you go to the channel banner at the very top of his channel, and then there's be a Facebook button, and you press his Facebook button.
But next week, anyway, I'll give you an update on this anyway.
And next week, next Friday, the same time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Friday, he'll be back and he'll show the finished piece. Yeah. If not, if you want to join him on Facebook, so you can see all the paintings he does throughout the week. He does many paintings throughout the week.
I just don't want to be rushing it at this stage, because it's getting to a stage where
type something in. He typed something in. So just like so now D, time with D, just click on those 3 little dots on the right hand side, and you get to his channel, get to his YouTube channel, and from there on the channel banner, you can click on his Facebook button.
So I think for the time being, there ain't an awful lot more I can do without messing it up. So
oh, wait a minute. JC, yes, JC, Ian Jackson's, he just typed it in. See his name? It's just right above you, right above you. He typed in, so right there's his name, and then go to the 3 buttons on the right, and you can get to his channel. So, oh, thank you. So JC's the moderator, and she dropped the link.
All right.
I think she dropped
that comes up like that? Let me just see if I can go to it. Because it's really weird. It shouldn't come up like that. It should come up with rainbow color graphics. No, that's not me. Guys, that's not me.
All right. I'm going to remove that because that's not him. Oops. That's a different Ian Jackson. I just pressed on it. No. Never mind.
Right. While I'm in here, I'll go back to my channel. Right. You can at the top on my banner it says it. Follow me at, and then it says Facebook, right? But we don't want that. We just want.
I was trying to remove that link, but I can't.
Well, please, everybody, don't use that because it's not mine.
No, I can't remove that link. No, that's not the link that JC puts. Not his. It's just go to the one that says Ian, where Ian has typed in. He said Ian is here. It says Ian Jackson. He typed in. Ian is here.
Yeah, I've got to go into
channel that way.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's okay, JC. Oh, hi, Christopher. Yeah. Hi. Oh, did I say hello to you? Hi, Christopher Baker. Yeah, I did say hello.
Wait a second, guys, while I'm getting this up.
Oh, yeah, Christopher. Ian is on YouTube. He does have his own YouTube channel. Right. Go above, scroll up, and subscribe to him. Scroll up.
This is my channel. Well, if you click.
He typed in one.
If you right click in the chat with the 3 dots, it says go to a person's channel. That's the easiest way to do it.
Right. Just go to where Ian has typed
in. Oh nah. Wait a minute. Where's chat now? It's not that. It's not there.
Oh, Crafting with Fury said she could listen to you, Ian, talk all day long with your accent.
Oh, there you go. It's an accent thing. I can't find my chat now.
No problem.
I'm just going to try and find. I've got to go and find you now because I've lost my chat.
Oh. Okay.
There you are. I'll switch this off straight away. Oh no, it's off. Right, chat. Right. I'll put me. That's a link. This is a link, right, to my channel. Notice it says Ian Jackson Rainbow Color Graphics.
Yeah, it should say Rainbow Color Graphics.
That is mine. Don't go on anybody else's because it won't be mine.
There it is. Ian posted it. It's right next to his name. He posted it the right way, his name.
Wait, where were we? Oh no, that's gone wrong.
So there's a couple people that wanted to know his channel.
Is that what it's been looking like?
What?
The screen, it looks horrid.
Where?
It's because of my upload speed. It's not very good. So I'm gonna pop that out. Get rid of that. Right, I'm back with you now. It looks perfectly fine on StreamYard. It looks lovely and crisp. You put it onto YouTube, and it looks like 1980s graphics.
I don't know. I'm looking at it. I think I'm looking at it on through YouTube, but I'm not sure.
You're looking. No, you're looking at it on StreamYard, and it looks great. Honestly, it looks fantastic.
Everybody's looking at it that way. That's how everybody's seeing it, isn't
it? They'll see it through YouTube.
They will.
And the quality of the graphics is dreadful.
Oh my God! Aren't I? How am I not?
There's nothing you can do about it. It's unfortunately partly to do with my.
Grayscale painting says it looks fine, Ian.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'll have to look back later, but that's.
Oh, Christopher Jacobs and Diana, did you say what hair? No, I didn't say what hair. I don't know what you're talking about, Christopher. I don't know what I said that sounded like that.
So at this moment in time, where are we in this painting? What time are we? I'll just do a quick synopsis. We
got people back watching again. It's the numbers up again, pretty good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So basically, it's an autumn scene. I've got a bit of darkness to put in here to indicate that we've got trees that are in the shade. We've got to work a bit more on the
haunted castle up on the hill.
I think the castle on the hill's pretty much done there.
It's a haunted castle.
Hmm?
It's a haunted castle.
I wouldn't know because I don't even know where it is. So it might be a non-haunted castle. You can get them sometimes. So yeah. We've got this line of interest here with all these. I mean, the buildings themselves are not that colour. There's lots of white ones with one or two like yellows and maybe burgundy red ones, but that's where my artist license comes in.
Yeah.
And I think, well, I'm gonna, add to this painting and make it a bit more expressive.
Next week you can show us.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be done on this yet.
But Crafting with Fury says it looks medieval to her.
Well, it will be a medieval town. The castle is possibly medieval, and the town around it that grew up around it will have been medieval. So as I'm looking, the buildings that I'm looking at look a little bit like what they call mock Tudor, which is like 18th century.
Grayscale Painting says that the gray that you have on the left, that all the way over to the left, those mountains really give it depth.
That there, you mean?
Where are you pointing? Yes, there.
That gray or this gray here?
No, all the way over to the left.
Oh, to the left.
Yes, that gives it depth.
Yeah, it kind of like, well, it's called atmospheric perspective. That the farther you go back, the less detailed it is, and it's just a tone of color.
Right.
It's like a very flat body of color, and then you come forward again, and you make it ever so slightly stronger. Now they're a lot farther back than what this hill is here, so that's got a lot more detail in it.
Hi, Chrissy. See you, Chrissy.
Are you getting off, Chrissy? Well, it's 56 now, so we'll better wrap up.
Yeah, Christopher Bacon says to him it's very Van Gogh-ish. I don't know about that, but that's what he thinks. So
I've never thought of myself as being a painter that paints like Van Gogh.
No.
But I suppose, well, I am used. I've got to say, I do use.
Maybe this particular painting, kind of, yeah.
I do use impressionistic techniques to get what I want. I'm not a person who will sit there all day and put every blade of grass in and take 500 hours just to get one little building done.
Oh yeah,
I'm never ever going to do that. So I use impressionism to speed the process up. Although I don't anchor myself into one form of impressionism, I use it as a technique within a set of techniques.
All right, so we're wrapping it up, and you're gonna show us the finished piece next week, next Friday.
Yeah, and remember, next week it's up to you guys in the box to tell me what I should do with the painting.
Right.
How I should do it.
We're gonna challenge Ian what to paint. It's gonna be challenge Ian what to paint.
So if anybody wants to put a particular picture in, or send it to me, or send it to Diane.
Oh, okay.
We'll go from that point, and we'll see whether we can use it. Remember, if you do send a picture in, it has to either be free for use, like off a Pixabay or something like that, or it has to be one of your paintings that you give permission to use.
Or one of your photographs.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So, Spirit said you loved being here, and then I didn't say you're his student. What? Okay. Thanks, Ian. Thank you, Ian. Everybody say thank you, Ian. Thank you, Ian.
And next week you have control of the artist.
Yeah. If somebody has a picture.
So if you want, if you got a, I don't necessarily mean a picture.
A photo.
No, what I mean is next week, not just the picture. If you all want to choose the picture, yeah, great. But when we're doing the painting, I want you to direct me. I want you guys in the box to tell me what to do.
What color?
What should I do with that? What should I do with that? What should I do with that?
Right.
And I need it by Wednesday next week, the picture, so that I can work out how to draw it.
He's gonna pick his own picture.
Hey.
If you don't get somebody, sending you a picture, you will pick the picture. But then people are still gonna engage in like, okay, what colors are you gonna paint something?
And this is an experiment next week for us all in engagement. How invested are we in this painting when we've actually had an influence in it? It'd be interesting to see that.
Okay.
It might come out a load of rubbish, but there you go. All experiments are
Someone
valid.
might like it.
Well, exactly.
I've done challenging me what to paint, and I paint something, and somebody says, "Oh, paint this on it," and I paint on it, and then somebody really likes it, and they buy it.
There's this one painting that I've done, and I absolutely hate it. It's the worst painting I've ever done, and people always point to it and go, "Oh, I love that. It's lovely. Oh yeah." One man's meat is another man's poison.
Yeah, the artist can't tell what their audience is going to think.
So anyway, on that note, salute.
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 Okay, everybody.
An old Roman way of saying hello, salute, or goodbye. Salutations, salute.
All right. Okay, so if you want to see Ian again next week, it's next Friday at the same time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We start.
I do apologize for being.
Challenge Ian what to paint next Friday. So be here. It's going to be exciting. Challenge Ian what to paint, and if you have a photograph that you
tell your art friends to come along.
If you have a photograph that you have taken, or that you know that it's copyright free photo, you can send it. You can send it to Ian, or send it to me, or send it to Ian.
But I need it by Wednesday of next week. So, because Wednesday afternoon is the only time I get to sit down and actually plan things out. Because I'm busy. moderator.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Somebody wanted me to join this thing called Supermods. Some that's been set up by one, I don't know, something by you.
Supermod? You'll be a supermod?
Yeah, and they all get together and like chats about moderating, and I thought,
that's crazy.
well, you have to keep up to date with things as a moderator. You have to keep your button on the pulse.
Yeah. Are you going to join it?
I don't know. It's not for me.
If you do, I'd like to hear what information you get about it. But
I can get most information anyway.
I know.
My fingers on the pulse.
Anyway.
So, but anyway, we'll see you
All right,
later.
bye, everybody. Saluto. Bye, everybody.
Salute. Salute.
Salute. Salute.
Yeah, we're pushing the boundaries of culture here on this channel.
Let's see what they. Bye, all. Take care. Yeah.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. Say bye. B-Y-E. I can spell.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much for being here.
Bye.
Thank you so much for visiting, and thank you especially to my moderators.
Bibbly bobbly bye.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hugs, everybody.
Bye.